are so excited to be hosting this Global MedSpa Society webinar for you. And we have some great content to share with you. We're going to do an entire mindset makeover, and I'm going to share with you 8 steps to help you gain prosperity, springing into prosperity since this is spring. So super excited. I have Brooke here with me. She's one of our business advisors here at Inspiration Management and MD Business Advisors. And also we have Lacey with us, Hardy. She is also one of the business advisors here that helps owners just like you. So I want to welcome everybody into this program, and this is hosted by MedSpa Biz University. If you're not familiar with it, you can go to medspabizu.com and learn more about this incredible platform that we have to help you elevate your success. And I want to invite all of you to connect with us on social media and be able to get the latest and the greatest information about how to grow your business. So again, welcome everybody. Turn off distractions and stay with me, because we're going to talk about some great things that are going to help you grow your business. So Brooke, everybody's with us. They can hear me.
It looks like it. Seems
Everybody
like it.
can hear us. Give us thumbs up.
Let us know.
So here's what we're going to go over today. The first thing we're going to discuss is that mindset makeover, because sometimes we just have stinking thinking. We want to wash that away and be able to do what's good for you, for your business, for your family, for your team, and truly go from scarcity to prosperity. And then we're going to go over the 8 steps to springing into more money and more success. And then implementation. How do you implement that new mindset so you can truly elevate your success? And then we're going to wrap it up with some Q&A. So those of you who are with us live, please go ahead and chat with my team so they can tell us the questions at the end and we can help you. In case you don't already have my book, either one of them, there's 2 of the latest that you can get. If you want to go to inspirationmanagement.com, you'll be able to get the medical aesthetics as well as how to make millions, so you can read them and again start implementing. As a matter of fact, we did a book gathering too. If you're not a subscriber on our YouTube channel, I would invite you to go to YouTube, look up Inspiration Management and subscribe, because we did a book gathering show, and literally we took each chapter of the books and we talked about them and elaborated on them. So it'll be a great place for you to go and also gain some knowledge. Knowledge is everything, is it not? For sure. So I'd love for us to take a poll. I would love to know how many of you are already in business. You're operating a medical spa. How many of you are planning to open a medical spa? And if you are open, are you generating 7 figures or multiple 7 figures? So if you could go ahead and put that in the chat. And then also I would love to know whatever business challenges you currently have. So if you would take a moment here, and Brooke will tally up the results and let us know a little bit later on. But here's another invitation I'd like to do for you. We created this brand new Facebook group. It's called Global MedSpa Society Facebook group. You can go on Facebook and search it, or you can go to globalmedspasociety.com and be able to learn about it and actually join the Facebook group. The reason we did this, it's really our way to give back globally to everyone. And every month, we're doing a complimentary webinar like this for you. So if you go to this website, globalmedspasociety.com, and you can go to events, and literally you can see the entire year of what topics we're going to cover every single month. And you can join us totally free of charge. So when I invite you to be part of that community, so you can continue learning. And that's all a gift for you, along with my books and stuff that we do to give back and be part of everyone's growth. We love seeing growth, so share them with us. So make sure you go and sign up. All right, so let's start with the mindset. Let's have a moment of truth. How many of you, sometimes you catch yourself having bad mindset, or you have a scarcity mindset? What do you think? Sometimes we shouldn't be doing that, because there is no reason to have that mindset, and it really is all in the mind. So as I was preparing this presentation for you, I remembered this movie that I watched, which was a great movie. I don't know if you've seen it yet or not. It's called The Pursuit of Happiness. And it tells the story about a guy who basically had nothing. He was living in a bathroom with his son, had absolutely nothing. He was homeless, broke, and he was able to rise up and become successful. And how he did it is through determination and sticking to what he believed he can do. He had such a powerful belief system that he wasn't going to let anybody stop him, or anyone stop him, or anything stop him. And he was able to achieve success. And there's been so much written about mindset. I'm sure you know. And you probably read some books about mindset. Because if you have the right mind, the right thinking, instead of this stinking thinking, if you have good positive thinking, you're going to be able to accomplish a lot more. So the message of that movie is, if you want something, go get it. And then the other thing to remember is, your past does not dictate your future, does it? No, it does not. Your belief and actions do. That is so true. And then this is the story of Chris Gardner in this pursuit to happiness, is you gotta dream, you gotta protect it. And that's really what I want you to do. I want you to dream big and be able to feel, truly feel it, that nothing is gonna stop you, that you are able to achieve anything that you want. And when you have that kind of mindset, there is nothing that can stop you. But instead, because things may not be going as good as you want them to be, we start having thoughts that are full of fear, doubt, and limiting beliefs. We have terrible self-talks. There are lies that we try to tell ourselves. You know, I'm not ready for this. I'm not worthy of that. You know, I can't make this change. Oh, there's so much competition. I'm so overwhelmed with all the things I want to do. Like, the list goes on. But instead of having those thoughts in your mind, that scarcity mindset, you need to convert it to great mindset. One of being prosperous, one of being successful, one that you are achieving everything you want to achieve. So instead of having all those and complaining about your team that they can't sell, you have these things that you say all the time. Why does this happen to me all the time? I never win anything. You have that mindset. You know, that cracks me up when people say, I never win anything. You know, my thought process is, I always win. So whenever I enter something, or if I'm playing a football pool, or I'm at a symphony luncheon and they do these 50-50 tickets, or win this or that, I always win. As a matter of fact, people notice, actually, oh my gosh, it's Dory again. She wins again. Why? Because that's how I feel. How about when you go to parking and the place is full and you go in, pull into the parking lot? I always find the most ideal parking spot. There's somebody pulling out as soon as I'm ready to pull in. How about going to a restaurant or wanting to sit at a bar and every seat is taken, and as soon as I pull up, there's 2 seats that just opened for myself and my friend. That's the thought process that I want you to have. I want you to believe that you are the luckiest person and that opportunities come to you all the time instead of having this thinking mindset. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And sometimes we don't catch ourselves doing that. We really don't, because I'm so tired. I have no energy. They're like, you're whining and complaining and ugh. No, that is not what we want. That is not what we want at all. So here's some facts for you. 80% of small businesses fail in the first 5 years, but those who have that prosperous mindset succeed 80% more. That's true. That's a fact. And then one of my favorite authors, he passed away, but Wayne Dyer, I love this phrase that he uses all the time in his educational programs. If you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Wow, what a profound statement. Think about that for a minute. If you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Isn't that nice? If you're not listening to Wayne Dyer and you need like a mind reset, he's the best of the best. I would highly recommend you get on YouTube and start watching some of his videos, because whenever you need a little boost of energy, he's your guy. It totally resets your mind. So a prosperous mindset creates success. This is another one of my favorite authors, Napoleon Hill. Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. So powerful. So powerful. So as a leader, whether you're with us today, maybe you are the owner of the Med Spa or Wellness Center or whatever, you might be a director or a manager, you might be a team member. It does not matter what position you have. We all need to be thinking this way. And if the entire team is thinking that way, then we're all good. We're all going to march down success lane because we expect it. We expect it. And that's really the foundation of everything. It really is. So you want to spring into growth, expansion, prosperity. Remember, what you plant today, you're going to be able to harvest tomorrow. And the big opportunities are always right there for you. They might be where you are right now. So don't be thinking, I'm not as successful as this other medical spa because I don't have this, and that. That's baloney. You can be as successful as you want to be exactly where you are right now. But you've got to implement a successful business model. You got to implement the right mindset, and then things are going to start coming your way. So let's do it. I think that is huge. That is huge. So while I have these statistics up, Brooke, how are we doing? How many of our attendees are actually open? How many are not?
Yeah, absolutely. We got some answers coming in. About 80% are open, so 20% are planning on opening.
Nice.
And then about 15% are making 7+ figures.
Wow. Okay, so we have a lot of room for growth.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that you guys are here, because then you can actually do some things. Any business challenges?
Yes, we've got things from marketing to the team, finding good people,
Yeah.
pricing.
Things we hear about all the time, especially marketing and sales. Two huge things, and we're going to cover some of those today. So here's the thing here, education. So the more you learn, the more you earn. I don't know if you read enough or watch enough educational videos, or you're already a member with us and you go to MBU, Med Spa Biz University, to study. But you've got to learn. You got to have that continuous education flowing. But 76% of people who are super successful business owners read at least one book a month. So how many books are you reading a month? Or how many videos are you watching? And I don't mean a movie. I'm talking about educational videos. It makes a huge difference. And then look at this. This is something that we truly believe in. Over 70% have mentors or coaches that are guiding them to their growth. We all need coaches. We all need mentors. We all need people to guide us and help us. And if you're trying to navigate all by yourself, you're trying to do it the long way, the hard way. Why? Today, it doesn't have to be that way because you have so many opportunities to take a model like we offer on MBU and be able to implement it and succeed much faster. And that's really what we want to do. And then the other thing successful people do is 92% of millionaires believe in daily goal setting and visualization. That is huge. Again, back to that mindset and seeing how you want things to happen. And once you visualize it and you're clear on that vision and you're setting the goals with it, there is no stopping you. There is no stopping you. But when we get stuck in those bad places, we need to snap out of it and do the right things by you, by your team, by your business. So the first part here is, what is it going to take for you to have the right mindset, to have that prosperous mindset? What do you need to do? What are you willing to do? My advice would be to do a quick little assessment. Find out where your mind is. What do you think about? What are those self-thoughts and talks that you do with yourself? And do they need fine-tuning? Do they need to be adjusted? Do they need to be more positive? And then start working on that. And that's the foundation of prosperity. Number one. Because it just doesn't work really any other way. So we're going to go into the 8 steps on how to spring into prosperity and have a absolutely successful business. So the first step is always one of my favorites because you can't fix something if you don't know what is wrong. So I love doing SWOT analysis. This is not something that I came up with, but it's something that we practice and that you should practice too. Because when you sit down to try to want to improve things, the things you want to look at is first, is what am I doing so good? What are my strengths? What are my team's strengths? What are we doing? What are we trying to accomplish? What are we good at? And write it down. What are our weaknesses? What aren't we doing right? What systems are we lacking? What protocols we don't have in place? Maybe you're not organized. Maybe the team is not studying like they should. Maybe they don't have access to scripts and manuals and things that we provide on MedSpa Biz University. And how can we improve those weaknesses? Maybe you're not tapping into opportunities. Maybe you're not doing that daily success planning meeting that we do. We talk about all the time, and we help all of our members and clients implement. What opportunities do we have on daily basis to help us spring into prosperity? And then the last one is threats. What parachutes do you have in place that, God forbid, if something happened, it can actually catch you? Or what competition may be rising up and taking some of your market share, and how can you combat that? So if you sit down and you do a SWOT for the business, for you as a leader, and then for your team, and then make a plan to improve those things. Sounds good? All right.
We have a question really quick. This is from Sandra.
Go ahead.
And she, if we have something on our website where she can do a business assessment.
Mm-hmm. So the business assessments we like to do one-on-one, and all you have to do is reserve a coaching session or if you want to just do like an overview of where you are now, tell us your challenges, just like you offer a consultation for your guests, we also offer a complimentary consultation to get with you, be able to learn about your business, and then make some recommendations via our products and services to help you. But if you want a business assessment, then of course we can set up a paid coaching session where you can send us your financials, your marketing, your sales, any processes that you have in place, and then we'll do an entire business assessment from image to positioning to financials to marketing to sales to everything within your business. And we would be happy to help you do that. And it is so important actually to do that. Like just like you go for an annual exam, you go to your doctor, they check you from head to toe, make sure that everything is good. If it's not, you fix it, you address it. The business is the same way. The business has a soul. The business has a body. It has limbs. And if you don't take the time to really assess and see how you are on an annual basis at least, then again, you're not going to spring into prosperity. So this is a perfect time. We're still early on in the year. Actually, it's any time is good to do an assessment if you haven't done one in a while. So I would highly recommend reach out to my team, and they'll be more than happy to help you do that. Great question. See, that shows that you care already. Very important. All right, so let's go into step number 2. So I truly believe this too, like the bigger the goal is, and take those bolder actions, the better the results are. And sometimes people think too small. So we were just doing the 7 steps seminar, 7 steps to 7 figures. We did this a couple weeks ago. It's actually available on demand now on MedSpa Biz University. But we had few members right here in our studio that attended. And I was asking one of them who grew her business last year by over 43%. So I said, what's your goal this year? And it was less than 43% growth. I'm like, why would you not want to grow at least the same amount you already grew last year or even more? Why not grow 50%? Why not grow at 100%? You have everything. She's been a member for about a year, and she already grew her business that much. So I really had to expand her mind and her limiting beliefs, thinking that she could only do 2 million this year. No, why not go for 2.5 million? Why not go for 3 million? Why? Why not? If you got to 1.5 million, then actually the first million is the hardest to reach. Once you pass that, then it's really a lot easier. You gain momentum, and then you start really rising. But you need those bigger goals. Don't settle for little tiny goals. Why? I don't get that. So when you set your goals, when you set average goals, you're going to get average results. That's a fact. But high achievers set these nice big goals. And that's really what I would want you to do. So don't let these big goals scare you. They should actually motivate you. Like, how can we do this? How can we achieve this? So if you sit down with your team and have a goal setting session, then nothing can stop you. Because when you have a good goal and you have a plan on how to achieve it, that's the key, by the way. If you have the model to follow, then you're going to be on your way. So that's something that's very important. So set big goals. Moving on to step number 3. Step number 3 is all about upgrading your connections. You know, who are you hanging out with? Are you hanging out with people that are more successful than you? Or are you hanging out with people who are less successful than you? You want to hang out with people who are more successful than you. You want to rub elbows with people who are at a higher level. That's who you want to hang out with. So my step number 3 for you is to check your inner circle and see how you can upgrade it. Because the higher your inner circle is, the better off you're going to be. So you've got to surround yourself with these high achievers, not complainers, not whiners, not pain in the butt people. You want to elevate that, or get a mentor, or let us mentor you and coach you. Belong to a mastermind group like what we offer, and start learning and expanding your mind and your potential. And when you do that, things are just going to start happening to you. So when you go to games, don't be up in the bleed nose section, be down in the lower bowl. When you go to a musical, get good seats. When you fly, you should fly first class. When you do all these things, it might cost a little bit more, but you know what? It's going to open up all kinds of opportunities by meeting these other types of people. It works.
Question?
Yes.
Are there any books or other resources that you would recommend on mindset?
Well, one of my favorite books that changed my life is Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. That's like the classic of all classics. It truly helps you think. You know, it took him years to write that book. It's published in every single language around the world. I think it's like the number 2 book behind the Bible. It is incredible. It changed my life. The first time I read it, I was 19 years old, and it totally reframed my entire thought process. Like everything I'm teaching you right now are things that I practice. Because truly, the 13 principles that he teaches in that book, they still apply to today, even though that book was written back in the 30s. So you can go on YouTube and watch him, or you can get a book, read it. And that book is not just to be read. That book is to be practiced. You really need to implement what's in it. But one of my favorite things in that book, one of the favorite principles, and I learned that early on, and thank God my dad also instilled that in me, that is burning desire. If you want to do something and you have that burning desire behind it, there is no stopping you. But instead, what we get right now is, I was talking with my son Charlie. He's getting his PhD, and he was whining to me how all his friends are always saying how tired they are, unmotivated, they don't want to study. And I was talking to him this morning, and he's telling me he's putting in 13-hour days in the lab. He's going to end up finishing his PhD early. He's getting all his results just great right now. He just got published again, and he is just kicking butt. And he's telling me all his friends, I'm like, you need to get new friends. If they have no energy, they're not motivated, they're tired, they don't want to study, it's time to get new friends. So I told him basically what I told you, to upgrade that step to your inner circle. Who are you hanging out with? But that's what you want to do. And it makes a huge difference. But anyway, Think and Grow Rich is definitely one of my best recommendations. But another classic is by Stephen Covey, The 7 Habits of Highly Successful People. I love that book. It has, again, some great habits that we need to adopt in our lives. And it makes a huge difference. The more you learn, again, you guys, the more you earn. So if you get your mindset straight, and then you belong to something like MBU, MedSpa Biz University, and you have the formula to success, there is no stopping you. But instead, you're sitting there reinventing the wheel, working hard. I don't believe in that. If I want to do something, I do my research, I find out who's done it the best, and then I want to go get the help from them, and I'm going to do the same thing. There's no reason to reinvent the wheel. None. Zero. So don't do that. Don't do that.
I love those books too. They're really motivating. Good reminder to read them again.
Yes.
But have another question. Sandra has never set any goals for her med spa and her team. Like she doesn't even know how to go about it. Can you answer that?
Absolutely. So it depends on whether you're brand new in business or whether you're already open. If you're already open, I would go, let's say you've been in business a year or 2 years, however long. You should go and run your numbers month over month from last year, and then decide what growth rate you want to grow, and then make a plan. If you're brand new in business, we have something special that we give away actually for free on our website. It's called the capacity calculator. That is space capacity. So you can pull up the capacity calculator, put in, it's all pre-formatted, pre-calculated for you. And then you put in the number of hours you're open, you put in your average revenue per treatment, how many rooms you have, and then it's going to give you approximation of how much you can generate in revenue at 25%, 50%, 100%. So that would give you a good way to forecast how much you could potentially earn based on how many rooms you have and how much you charge. But if you need help setting goals, we'll be more than set up that success planning session, and we'll be more than happy to help you learn how to set goals. But setting goals is a must. You cannot be in business and not set goals. Like you really can't. You're gonna see the huge difference. So yeah, we have a system and a process for teaching you how to set goals. So we'll be happy to share it with you. Yeah. So you gotta, not only all these steps before, but number 4, it's all about that expert positioning. So I just did the Meet the Expert interview. We have the show called Meet the Experts. And I did 2 actually today. I had Langia Law, Sharon came on this morning, and we answered all kinds of questions, legal questions. And that was a business to business interview that I did on Meet the Experts. And then this afternoon, I had one of our members, Dr. Vega. She has a beautiful med spa in Orlando. And she came in, and I did a consumer interview for her. So I positioned her as the expert, and I was asking her all kinds of beauty and wellness secrets that she does in her place. And we spent an hour together. So now she's going to be able to take that video and be able to put it on her website, be able to chop it up and do shorts out of it, be able to put it in her newsletter, be able to post it on her social media, on YouTube, on LinkedIn. So those are the kind of things. Now people, when they watch this, they're going to see what a great expert she is, and that's going to help lift her positioning. And she's going to be able to market herself because she was on this interview as the true expert that she is. So I want to ask you, what are people thinking about you when they see you, when you go to a website? I am shocked sometimes when I go to websites and look up people. They don't even have the picture of the doctor on the home page. The About Us section is like this big. It just does not help you. You gotta inspect your positioning and make it better. You gotta be visible. You gotta show people what you do. And if you don't, then you're just going to be left behind. And that's not something that you really should do. So you want to become the only choice. That's one of my favorite phrases. I ask people all the time, are you positioned to be the only choice? You know, I'm using ChatGPT here and there, and I was playing with it the other day, and I wanted to know, actually we're changing our MedSpa Biz University a little bit. I was working this weekend on a new plan, and I wanted to search different consultants. And I said, who is the best consultant that you recommend? This is on ChatGPT. And I was like, whoa. So our name came up first on ChatGPT as the best consulting firm. I was like, wow, this is so exciting. I know, it's crazy. But that's what I want for you. You want to be the only choice. You want to be the best of the best. If you want to be prosperous, then you've got to improve your positioning. And there are so many different ways to improve your positioning. Like we help people get published, just like I have my books. And when I wrote my books, it just automatically lifted up our business. But like we help people like you, doctors and nurse practitioners, write books. This is one of the seminars that we do. It's called Become Published. You can go to becomepublished.com. But Dermal Diva, the Diary of Dermal Diva. This is one of our high achiever members, Sarah. She's in Canada. And she published this book. She did a book signing. She uses it as an opt-in on her website. It totally lifted up her positioning. And it can for you too. So what are you doing to position yourself as an expert? Are you doing enough? Are you writing? Are you blogging? Are you educating? Are you doing videos? And if you're not doing those things, then you're just like everybody else. You're not the only choice. People want to deal with experts. Consumers want to see someone who is confident. They don't want to just get a treatment. They want to deal with somebody who is an authority in the market. Is that you? That's why we created a Global MedSpa Society. Like, look at the name alone. Global MedSpa Society. We want to build such a big society to help as many people as possible. You should be doing the same thing. Do it. Think big. It pays off. Yeah. Step number 5 is master your marketing. Oh, like when we get on coaching calls, this is probably one of the biggest. Marketing and sales are the 2 biggest challenges that we come across with brand new clients that join us. And one advice we give everybody is to hire their own internal marketing person. And that is such a huge game changer. And if you practice content marketing, something that we talk about all the time, and if you educate your community by doing webinars and Instagram lives and all these things, that alone is going to help you start attracting higher paying clients. But if your marketing consists of a post here and there, an email blast here and there, there's no strategy, there's no lead management, there's no conversion formula, there's no tracking, then you get what you get. Marketing is key. So we have a great marketing plan if you are a member with us on MedSpa Biz University, and then we have a plethora of marketing modules that will teach you step by step on how to market your business. Again, no need to reinvent the wheel, my friends. All right, let's go into number 6, and that's focusing on sales. That dirty little world. Nobody likes sales. It's like, you want me to do what? You want me to sell? No. I know it's not funny, but you gotta sell. This is not an insurance-based business. This is a cash business. This is no longer open up a practice. Patients will come, patients are referred from other doctors, and you're billing insurance. You guys, that's really not a business, by the way. That's just open up, graduate from medical school, open up, and here you are. Having a cash business is a totally different game. No comparison. And that's why you need to become good at sales. totally different game. And what we teach with the sales process, like we have a whole business model that we teach. And one of the most important things is, how do we do that consultation? Are we customizing programs? Do we have a membership program that we're enrolling people into? Are we selling retail? And those are all revenue drivers that are going to help you be prosperous. But if everybody's afraid to talk about a retail product, if everybody's afraid to recommend the treatment upgrade or to enroll a member because they don't know how or they don't feel comfortable, then you're going to again be average. And you can't succeed when you're average. That's not a good place to be. So sales is something that you definitely need to focus on. So don't just work hard. I want you to work smart. And when you work smart, things are just going to come your way. And that's really what I would want for you.
Dory, we have a question from our audience.
Yes?
I like the idea of hiring a marketing person, but I am not sure how to pay them or how to make sure they are doing things properly.
Yeah.
What do you have?
So we have modules all about those. So we have a specific position description. We have a compensation model for the marketing person. And then we have all these modules that we will teach your marketing person how to market your business, how to create a newsletter, how to host an educational event, how to do a Facebook campaign, how to manage the leads that come in, how to convert them. So all those things are on MedSpa Biz University. That would be like a whole other webinar. I can talk about this actually for probably 5 hours, just that question. By the way, that's a great question. But yes, it's so much better. Let me tell you why. When you hire a marketing company, you're just one of their many clients. You don't have that personal thing. They're using stock images. They're not there on location to shoot videos, to take pictures of the team, to get testimonials, to truly market your business. But when you have a person and they're taught properly on how to do that, then you're going to have a totally different outcome. They will pay for themselves 10,000 times more. So don't look at it as, oh, it's a cost, I have to bring in another person. It is so well worth it. So well worth it. But if you set up a call with, again, Brooke or Lacey, they'll be happy to guide you and show you all the things that we have to help you implement that successfully. Thank you for asking. Yeah, so this leads me to number 7, which is investing in the team. And you got to invest in education. That's really where it all is. Because you guys went to school to become doctors. Could you imagine being a doctor without going to school? No. So why do we expect our teams to come in? They might have gone to some clinical courses. They might have watched one business thing here and there. But that's not enough. What you really need when we're talking about investing in the team is truly coming up with some type of a program that they can belong to, and then be able to teach them both continuous business and clinical, so they can sharpen their skills and maintain that competitive edge. And when you do that, you are going to just soar, because your team is not going to come trained. Believe me, they need training. Look at the sports. Like, you get these pros that are getting paid millions, and they still have to go to training. They go to boot camp. They go to daily coaches, plays. They go and they watch videos to make sure that they understand the plays and what mistakes to not make. And these are people who are making millions. So here we hire someone, we bring them in, and then we just expect them to learn things on their own magically. No, that's how we fail magically. That's not what we want. So you got to really invest. So if you want to learn more about how you really should invest with the team, it's something that, I mean, we are an education company. That's what we do. We teach people how to make money. So you definitely need to reach out and let us help you. Step number 8 is implementation and measurements. And again, that is such an important step if you want to step into prosperity. So now is the time to take action, my friends. Don't wait. Now is the time. So you've got to be able to make a plan and measure whatever you implement so you can see the climb in results. And that is the most motivating thing. That's the best high, actually. You don't need wine. You don't need martinis. You don't need marijuana. It is the best high ever when you achieve your goals. Yes, take my word for it. It's the best. So go claim it. Just go claim it, measure it. Gotta belong to some kind of an educational program, and then implement and measure, and keep measuring and not just the marketing or the sales. You gotta measure every single team member. You gotta measure the volume per guest for service, for retail. You gotta measure the revenue per consultation. You gotta measure your retail sales, all that. And the more you measure, the more you fine tune, the more success you're gonna have. It works. So I hope you benefited from this. So you just have to decide, okay, what do I need to do right now in order to springing into prosperity? And while things are fresh in your mind right now, I would just go ahead and jot down some things you're going to start doing tomorrow. There's no time like the present to get started. So write those things down and make it happen. So another quote from Wayne Dyer: abundance is not something you wait for. It's something you create. Now you see why I love this guy. I was so sad when he passed away. I used to listen to him for a period of time. He had so many books out and he would do so many lectures. Like he was my daily vitamin. I would just listen to him while I'm putting my makeup on, getting ready in the morning, and I would just feel so uplifted from his wisdom. And that's what we need. We need to get wisdom into us and start thinking differently. That's my advice to springing into prosperity. You can do it. So some tools to help you. We have the 7 Steps to 7-Figure seminar that we just completed. So it's available on demand on MedSpa Biz University. We have a seminar coming up called Vision to Victory. This is for brand new people, like those people that said who are not open yet. This is a perfect seminar for you. And then we have the Become Published also. So these are all going to happen before the end of June. So make sure that you go check them out and be able to do this. And by watching this Global MedSpa Society webinar, mention this when you call our office, and we're going to give you an extra $250 gift card to apply towards any educational program. So we would love to have you tap into all these prosperity seminars that we are doing, because that is our ultimate goal, is to help you be more prosperous. So I'll take a couple more questions and then I'm gonna call it a day. It's been a long day of talking.
All right, so we have Lisa who said, I love that you help people write books. What is that like? How long does it take?
Yeah, actually, it's funny her name is Lisa because we are just helping Lisa Chewo just write her. As a matter of fact, I just got her chapter back to show her the design for her new book that she's going to be publishing. So go to becomepublished.com And there you'll see all the things. So we do the seminar, that's 2 days. And that's how Lisa, by the way, and Sarah and Dr. Walters and all these people have written books. You come to the seminar. During the seminar, we're going to come up with your topic, your title, and the content of the book. And then you go home, you do your first edit, you add in all the things we're going to ask you to add into it. And then we send it to a professional editor. And then my team will design a cover for you, the back cover. And then we help post it on your website, you post it on Amazon, and you can start marketing your business using the book. It's an amazing process. You would love it. So go check it out. Or again, just call in and we'll help explain it to you.
Perfect. And then we had Josie ask, is there a fee to join the Facebook group? The private Facebook
No,
group?
the Global MedSpa Society is totally free. You can just go on globalmedspasociety.com and join. And then come and see us every month for these complimentary webinars. And what usually people do is after they get a taste of, again, what we teach and the value that we add, then they're able to step into the next phase of the relationship and become members. Just like if somebody came to you, they had an a la carte treatment first, then they find out that you have a VIP program, then they're able to actually join. And that's really how people become a member with us, is they go through some complimentary webinars or the business assessment or getting a success planning session with one of my team members, and they're able to then step into the membership. So we practice what we preach. Whatever we teach you to do, we teach you to do memberships. Therefore, we also have a membership. So we want to invite you to check it out.
Awesome. You had asked earlier what people are going to do to make a change towards this, and we have some people chiming in. So some are saying set daily goals,
Yeah.
monthly goals, invest in team training,
Nice.
read a mindset book,
There you go.
and invest in business planning.
That's wonderful. Well, I'm glad I got through. Those are all great things to do. So super excited that you came with us. Make sure you go to Global MedSpa Society and join this great group so you guys can communicate and talk with each other and continue to grow and learn. So thank you so much for being with us, you guys. God bless. And until next time, stay inspired. Thank you, team. Bye.